What's up, Crusader Nation? My name is Chris Ritchie, and welcome to the Seder Spice Challenge, where we have hot food and even hotter questions. Today, I'm joined by Mr. Jeff Getty, history and psychology teacher, dad, and fellow languishing Cubs fan. Welcome to the show, Mr. Getty. How are you with spicy food?
I'm good. I enjoy spice. I like spice, but not just for the sake of spice.
That's totally fair.
I like good tasting food, so this is going to be a challenge. I don't know how high I will be able to make it in this challenge.
Well, just get as far as you can, and we'll go from there.
All right.
So we're grateful that you joined us today. Why don't we just dive right into the first wing?
This is number one.
Hot Ones Classic Chili Maple. Top tier. Nice and comfy, right?
Not
Nothing
bad.
crazy about that one.
Yeah.
And feel free to eat as much of the wing as you want. You don't have to eat the whole thing if you don't want to.
Okay. I'll do about halvesies.
I will not be eating the whole wing.
You got a lot to go.
I got a lot to go. Insider Baseball, we're doing all these interviews back to back to back, and my intestines will thank me later. So we all know that you're one of the best dressed teachers at the school.
Obviously.
Easily. And you have that iconic shirt and tie combo that you wear daily. What is the trick to finding the perfect shirt and tie matchup?
So I started here 9 years ago, and
Thank you for your service.
oh, thank you. My wife, for about the first 3 years, picked out all of my outfits. It took me a long time to remember what shirts go with what ties, that go with what pants. And so now I'm kind of on cruise control until I get a new shirt for Christmas or something, and then I have to wait a few months for her to pick out the right combos for me to remember, and so I have my wife to thank for that.
That's perfect. That's a great way of doing it. All right, let's jump on to the second wing.
Okay.
This is Adobo Loco Island Wings Pineapple Cayenne Pepper Hot Sauce. One of my favorites. Lots of pineapple in that one.
Yeah,
It's like super, just tasty. I love that one.
I don't like it.
No?
I don't like
I
fruit
love sweet
on my
sauce.
stuff.
I get it. I
I
get it.
enjoy fruit. It's got its own place on the plate.
Don't.
My chicken is not that, but
Don't need to intermingle. But
No.
you went for a second bite. Hey, to each their own. Now, most people know that you're a veteran of the United States Marine Corps, hoorah. I'm sure the way that we see the military and media is way different than the way you experienced it. What, in your opinion, is the best representation of the military in film or television that you've run across?
so there's an HBO series called Generation Kill. It follows a Marine recon or force recon unit as they are entering Iraq during OIF 1. And it is the most realistic representation of how, of what happens, of the reactions between people, the relationships between people, what they go through. I mean, it's got its very high ups, very low downs. I mean, it's got action, but it's got a lot of downtime, and that's really what it was, especially in Iraq. People don't realize that a majority of the time it's just waiting.
Yeah.
You're sitting around and you're with the same 20 people, you're with the same 5 people in your truck for 24 hours a day, just doing nothing. And I think that show does a really good job. So Generation Kill on HBO.
Gotcha. Amazing. On to the third wing.
Okay. I'm cruising, man. This is,
I told you, it'd be fine.
yeah, this is a cakewalk.
Burns and McCoy, mezcaline hot sauce. It's a slow one. It sneaks up on you.
I was gonna say these other two aren't too bad.
from what I've heard, you like to spend your free time with your family, but when also you get a chance, you like to go hunting or fishing. So I've got a question for you. If you had to choose between going hunting with Mrs. Rossworm or going fishing by yourself, which would you choose and why?
Did you say hunting Mrs. Rossworm?
Hunting with Mrs. Rossworm, not hunting Mrs. Rossworm.
Fishing.
Fishing by yourself?
Yeah.
Because you hate Nikki that much?
No,
Okay.
I love Nikki. She is amazing. But we've got a place up in Michigan, and when I can go out and it's just me and the boat, just relaxing and floating, which is actually what I did when we went on COVID and with all the remote stuff. Me and my wife took the kids up to Michigan, and I'd do my first 2 periods of the day and then put the kids down for a nap, and I had a free period third. So I'd do a trip around the lake in the boat, come back, finish up 4th period, kids are up from nap. It's golden.
That's the life, man.
It was. Love COVID.
See, there were little things we missed from COVID, right? Just little things.
Not a lot, but yes.
On to our 4th wing. Probably my favorite one is Queen Majesty Scotch Bonnet and Ginger Hot Sauce. The only one we brought back from last year's Hot Ones Challenge.
Whew. That is potent.
Scotch Bonnet. They jump up.
It doesn't smell good. It doesn't taste great.
I love this one. This is my favorite.
I like 1 and 3 so far.
This is usually where I start to lose people, is 4 and 5. It's where like, you had me going for a second, and now I'm uncomfortable.
I'm getting a little heat, not too much, but it's the flavor. It's just not.
And again, with the second bite, after saying the flavor.
It's not good. Not good.
So
yeah, I'm starting to get the heat now.
Good. It's well known that you're a Taylor Swift fan. And it's rumored that you actually have an entire room in your house in Michigan dedicated to all the merchandise you own from her. But that's not what I'm curious about today. If you had to choose one Taylor Swift album to eliminate from history, as if it never existed, what would it be?
Wow. I don't know.
You gotta pick one.
I think I'd go. I don't remember the name of it, but her first album. I'm not a country. I don't know. I'm not a country Taylor fan.
You like that?
I liked it when she started off pop, but then Taylor's amazing. The first artist that I have followed to go through so many different genres successfully. I mean, a number of artists have tried different things, but he's like, no, you stay in your lane. And she has just done so many different styles so well. I think she's an amazing artist. I have 0 of her merchandise, minus a calendar that one of my students got for me last year. And I have never been to one of her shows.
That's a shame.
No, I'm okay with that.
No, really?
I spend enough time with 16 and 17-year-olds. I
Fair.
don't need to spend my weekends with them as well.
That's fair.
And I just dig her tunes, man.
Well, it doesn't help that getting tickets to the Eras Tour is going to cost you like $1,000.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's
My sisters-in-law just went in Nashville. They spent.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if I should.
A lot.
It was a lot. To get rained on for 4 hours.
Goodness. Yeah. Oh man.
Yep.
Well, on to our next wing. Sauce Leopard 7th Reaper hot sauce.
A what?
7th Reaper hot sauce. This is the first one with Carolina Reaper in it. There will be others. I'll let you choose which wing you want.
Go for the small one.
Don't have to do it all.
Have you seen like the hot pepper eating tournaments where people are like chorking on the side of the stage? Yeah.
No, thank you.
I'm starting to sweat too. Not just because this one got low.
It's just the good old Scecina air conditioning, more than anything.
It's nice up in my room. 205s.
My room's amazing. I have my own central air system that's not connected to anybody else, so it's just perfect in my room all the time.
Okay, that one's got some kick.
So you're a father to 2 lovely children, but you are actually expecting another in the near future, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. With transitioning to from 2 kids to 3 kids, is there any concern now that they will officially outnumber you and your wife? Like any concerns that you have there?
Yeah. So I talked to Mr. Delaka about this a while ago, and it's like, what advice do you have for me? What is the difference? Because it was very different going from 1 to 2, but like 2 to 3, yeah, we're outnumbered. I mean, just getting in the car and stuff is difficult. And he said, you just got to go from man-to-man defense to a zone defense. Just do what you can, wrangle what you can, and it was great advice. And he was the first one to tell me that, and I have heard that a number of times since then. So yeah, it's going to be tough, especially in the beginning. I'm sure my wife's going to be down for the count for a while, and so I'm going to have to manage the 2 kids by myself and help out with the baby, but yeah, I mean, just getting them in the car, like, where do you put 3 car seats?
Don't ask me. It's got a Nissan Altima. I can barely fit in my car seat.
I'm just gonna put one in the trunk and hope we don't get hurt or something. I don't know. So,
Are you a leash dad? Are you gonna leash the kids when you go?
No. Like, that looks like more work for the parents. Like, get over here! You know, it's like, but yeah, I'm just like, don't get lost. Please.
Don't run into traffic.
Yeah,
things
stuff
like
that. So,
well, fantastic. Let's move on to our next wing. Bravado Spice Company, Ghost Pepper, and Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
Again, with the fruit.
You love fruit on your chicken, I heard.
No, I don't. Sometimes, so my kids like to ask me, do I like what's my favorite candy? And like, you can't answer that. Sometimes, like, I'm feeling chocolatey, want a Snickers, want some M&Ms. Sometimes I'm feeling a little fruity. I want some, Starburst. I want some flavored Tootsie Rolls.
It's the same thing with the hot sauces. Hence why we have the fruity hot sauces.
I don't know what you guys are laughing at.
Yeah, you guys are next. Calm down.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Well, you might not like that, but maybe you like this question. Students who have taken your class probably know that your favorite president is George Washington. Mm-hmm. Correct. How do you think his leadership would translate to modern times, assuming he grew up in this generation of individuals?
Oh man,
would he even get elected today?
No. No. He was logical.
Well, that'll do it.
He knew there was going to be problems. He was a great compromiser. I mean, he knew the president's role. He knew the role of Congress. He wanted to stay out of the Congress stuff when they were creating the Constitution because he didn't want to have too much of a role as a single person. He thought everyone should be working together, and now we see it's just so divided, and we just don't see that anymore. So I wish we had a George Washington that could come in and use some logic and common sense, but also be a mediator. That would be nice to see, but I don't see that anytime soon.
Maybe one day.
Hopefully one day. That's burning.
Yep, that's the midway point. We're past it.
My lips and my tongue.
On to number 7. You're doing great. You thought you weren't going to get past 5. Now we're on to number 7 already.
Some chapstick here.
This is the Butia Fire Hot Sauce.
I don't like that.
It looks menacing, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you guys can, this is black.
These are not burnt. They're just coated in very, very, very hot sauce.
I'm sweating.
I love the smokiness of this one, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's an awesome sauce.
Pretty good. I like that one.
Whoa. You hear that? He didn't hate that one.
It's smoky. Smoky should be on me. Blueberry should not be on me.
Like myself, you've been burdened with loving a baseball team that is, pun intended, extremely hit or miss.
Yeah.
What do you remember most fondly about the Cubs championship run, and why do you think that Sammy Sosa should be inducted to the Hall of Fame?
So championship run, I had to bring a TV into our garage because I was so loud and my wife was trying to go to sleep to watch the championship game. That was awesome. And then Sammy Sosa, I think guys should be allowed to do steroids. like let's.
Could you elaborate on that one a little more?
So let's see how good we can be.
What are the actual limits of the human body?
What is the human limit? Like, how many home runs, how big can we get?
How fast would Usain Bolt have actually been?
Yes, exactly. Like, we should have a league. Not like all sports, but like there should be a league for every other sport.
That's what the XFL should be.
The clean league, and then
just dirty.
Roid rage. Just like fights every single game. I mean, let's see what the body can do. That's
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but also the race between Sosa and McGuire, that was awesome.
Well,
but there, yeah.
And now we look at the race and we kind of get why.
Yeah, road race, got it.
All right, on to the next one. Not the rat race, the road race. This is the one you've been looking forward to.
Oh man,
you've done so well up to this point.
Is this just gonna hurt?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not
What's
gonna
the
lie.
point in that?
Some people like it. Some masochists.
Oh boy.
I recommend.
Oh, that's a lot. Man, seriously? This is
What do you
like
think, Mr. Black?
soaking. It's dripping. It smells so bad. Not breathing through my nose, but I don't want to taste it. But it hurts.
Uh-huh.
You guys are all filled.
Oh, yeah.
I just breathe.
Yeah, that's the one. So I got another question for you. I'm sure you're ready for it.
Yeah, great time.
Growing up in Michigan and continuing to explore its beauty in your adulthood, make a case for why students should visit Michigan on their next trip instead of visiting Florida.
Florida's terrible. Just like that thing. I'm not a beach guy. Like, I can go and enjoy it for 5 minutes, but then what? What do? You dig a hole. And then when you're done digging a hole, it's like, okay, it's so hot.
Yep.
Ooh. You go to Michigan, I mean, you've got the woods, you've got the dunes, you've got lakes, you've got trails in the woods, and I mean, we're always going around our property looking for stuff. And this past summer, my mom found a bear den. No bears in it, but
Well, that's good.
you're straight crying.
Yeah, that happens to me with the heat. I really like it, but unfortunately my tear ducts can't cooperate with me most of the time.
When you join the Marines,
Mm-hmm.
they surgically remove your tear ducts. So
That
you
makes sense.
can't show emotions.
But the sweat glands are still functioning, I see.
The last time I cried was when
When you got hit by a bus?
I was 7 years old and got hit by a bus.
What? You got hit by a bus? What were you doing?
That's a Ron Swanson quote.
Ah,
He's my idol.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I got that reference.
Yes, you did.
Ready to move on to the next one?
Oh,
Keep
sure.
the pain going.
Yeah, why not?
Number
Oh,
9.
my lips are on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And these get hotter sequentially?
Just a little bit. That's probably the worst one. That's the nastiest.
Why wasn't that
tasting and
10?
hottest.
That is
Because I hate you. That's not true. I actually really respect you. This is taco vibes only. Why did we put it on chicken? Who knows? It doesn't get worse.
okay. Well, I'm still recovering. Like,
Uh-huh.
my lips are on fire.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to smell this one first.
Probably can't smell it anyways.
No.
At this point. So teaching psychology, you get to know so much about different psychologists and how their view of the world is. If you had to choose 3 psychologists to help run Scecina, one is the president, one is the principal, and one is the dean of students, who would you choose?
Wow. That was a tough one. Like putting me on the spot here.
None
in
of
the
the
middle
above,
of a
right?
panic attack. For what are the 3 positions? Principal, president, and what?
And dean of students.
Dean would be Freud. He loves messing with people. Principal, might go with B.F. Skinner. He was big into the shocking rats and making them do exactly what he wanted. And then maybe Eric Erickson.
Oh, yeah.
And his stages of development. He would want to make sure, as the president, that kids coming in, you know, when they're 14, 15, are developing along the way. Yeah, I think I would go with them. Yeah.
Obvious choices for you, of course.
Sure. Yeah.
And then we've made it through the whole gauntlet. We're on our final wing now. This is the last dab Apollo. Allegedly the hottest one.
You said 8 was the hottest one.
I said allegedly. This is number 10. It's supposed to be the hottest, right?
My stomach feels terrible.
It's going to feel even better in the morning. Trust me.
What do you think's going on in there with all these spices just mixing
I don't know.
all these different chemicals?
You're probably growing a creature, I would assume.
Yes.
I think this is what being pregnant feels like.
No.
No?
That's
Don't
way,
think so?
That's way easier.
Mm-hmm.
That's hot.
Mm-hmm. That's burning.
Really hot. It's like my whole mouth, lips, and the tongue, and the tummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good one.
We come to the end of the line, having run the entire gauntlet. With the final wing down, we have just one final question for you. As you leave Scecina at the end of this school year, what is the thing that you'll miss the most about the school?
Oh, man.
Now that you're vulnerable after 10 wings.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough. I love this place. Matthew Hens. Yeah. No, there's so many great things about this school, about the students, about the faculty, about the admin. So many people have helped me along my way, and I've gotten to see so many families of kids come. I mean, older siblings and younger siblings and stuff, and it's been an amazing journey. I'm gonna miss everything. It was a really easy decision for my family, but incredibly tough because I did not want to say goodbye to this place. This is an amazing school, and it's got great days ahead.
And there it is, using that Marine mentality to defeat the wings of death. Mr. Getty, what is your message to the people, your final statement before we let you go?
Don't eat number 8. That's a terrible one. But thank you for having me. Thank you, Scecina. Love you guys. This has been